Welcome to the Pretty Confident Podcast, where we embrace authenticity, own our worth, and build unshakable confidence. I'm your host, Sierra Renee, so let's dive in.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another week on the Pretty Confident Podcast. If you are new here, thank you so much for giving me the time out of your day to tune in to this podcast to see what I talk about on this platform. If you are a returning listener or an OG, thank you so much for sticking through thick and thin with your girl and continuing on this podcast journey with me. In my arms, I do have, if you cannot tell by this burp cloth, a baby that is moving and grooving and awake and looking at the camera, but you guys cannot see her. I don't know if she is ready to get all the way up, if she needs to fart, or what is going on. But in her life right now, she was just farting like a grown man, just like her daddy, just stinking up my women's lounge, my ladies' lounge room. I'm like, girl, you stink. You need to carry an air freshener behind you, baby. Because when she fart, you can instantly smell it. I don't know what it is, but it's just horrific is what it really is. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here. How are you all doing? How's your day going, your week going, your month going? I am back in the mode of recording ahead of time. Right now, I'm only recording a week in advance. I don't know if I'll get more episodes out today or if I'll get more episodes out this week before the week ends, but I need to do something because your girl is going back to work next week. So probably when this episode is dropping, it will be your girl's first day back at work. Well, when the audio drops, it'll be my first day back to work. And then obviously the visual drops every Wednesday, only on YouTube at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it is a bittersweet moment of me going back to work, but it must happen. And I was just telling my husband earlier, like, I am going to know what real mothering and real parenting is about to be like, because not only do you have to get up and get yourself ready in the morning, but if your baby wakes up with you, I will need to do whatever I have to do to, soothe her back to sleep or soothe her needs before leaving or waking her dad up to soothe her needs and take care of her while I'm trying to get ready because your girl can't be late. So he may have to go ahead and get on up. And I have to leave the house by at least 5. The latest I can leave and still make it there, 15 to 20 minutes early is 5:10 is the max. So yeah, I mean, we finna see how this goes. Getting up early. If she wakes up, well, she typically stays asleep until at least 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, but I don't know how it's going to be with my alarm going off, with me getting up, getting myself ready, if she's going to wake up during that process. And then obviously working at, technically 9-hour job with a 1-hour lunch, and then getting off, driving home, and then coming to tend to my baby. Because obviously I would want to give, her father some bit of a break, right? Because then he'd be with her all stinking day, little mama. But y'all, if you can see the back of her head, if you're watching this on YouTube on Wednesday or anytime after this episode drops, I am so mad at this little girl because she just pulls her hair to the max, and she don't even be crying. She don't even be stressed. She just be pulling whenever she's like trying to wake up or trying to fart or anything like that. So I just be hating that because I'm like, girl, I can see the little bald spot trying to just be bald and don't want to grow no hair because it's scared to grow back because you keep pulling it. So, I mean, I moisturize it almost daily, not every single day. And then she gets her hair washed at least 2 to 3 times a week. So we gonna hope and pray that one little spot over here come on in, okay? Don't be afraid. Hair follicles. At some point, she's gonna stop pulling her hair. And we put mittens on her at night. But child, when I tell y'all, she still pulls. And sometimes she can finagle her way out of the mittens and still pull her hair. And then I'm up in the middle of the night like, oh my gosh, how long has this been up? How long have you been pulling your hair? And I didn't realize it because obviously I'm asleep as well. But all in due time, this spot will get some tender and love, and yeah, it'll come in. TLC. But anyway, yes, like I said, how are you all doing? I'm doing great. Today has been a roller coaster, to say the least, with everything that I've had going on. I won't disclose everything. Well, hello. Oh my goodness, bruh. She is looking starstruck. She loves looking at herself. So, and she loves the phone. Like whenever she's on FaceTime with any of her aunties, uncle, or her Mimi and Pops, like she is all in the phone paying attention. But she just loves the phone and anything where she can look at herself. So maybe we'll be all right. But y'all see this bald spot I'm talking about? Just all over here. She's trying to have a one-sided mohawk. I don't know. Because everything else on this side is just beautiful, luxurious, and full. You do not have to hit me in my face. You are getting screen time. She's trying to be the main character. But anyway, I'm doing great. My day has been filled to the brim with all types of activities, and I'll kind of fill you all in on that a different day once some things are like kind of squared away. But yeah, like after I got done with some of the things I had on my to-do list today, we went to Honda to drop off my husband's car, and then I just picked him and little girl up. Just picked him and little mama up, and then we came on home, and me and little mama took a nap. I'm not even gonna lie, we took a nap right back there. And then tomorrow we will actually be picking his car up while we're dropping mine off because both of our cars had 2 recalls on it. So that's just great. But it's better to do it now than, sacrifice a weekend when I go back to work. But eventually, my weekends will end up having to be sacrificed and jam-packed with things that I can't do during the week. But yeah, so that's that. I'm just trying to rack my brain around rejoining the working community by the time this drops. And I don't know, like it's like you're off on maternity leave for 4 months and like you just come back out of the blue. Like nobody really knows when you come back. I don't even know if my manager knows, but child, when I tell you I'm just gonna walk in there, I'm gonna go to a specific area because I don't even know if we're on the same floor that we were on when I initially left. So it'll be playing, where's Waldo? Where's my team? Where do I sit? And I typically get in there before everybody else. So I really don't know where everybody sits. I'll probably just sit with my mother. And then when my team starts to filter in, I'll be like, hey, like, where are you guys sitting? We shall see. Because, I'm always the first person on my team in every day when I was, going in office. So that'll kind of be, hard to find everywhere we sit when everybody's not in and I'm the first person in. But anyway, that is something that I'm trying to rack my brain around and, gather myself and collect my thoughts and prepare my mental because my day from sun up to sundown will just be insane. And I was telling my husband, I was like, I'd rather go ahead and get baby number 2 out of the way. Now, if they're twins, oh Lord have mercy, bless us. But if they're not twins and it's only one singular child, I want to be 2 and done. If we have a 3rd child by accident, they will be loved, they will be kept, they will be taken care of. But I don't want to go past 3. 3 is my max, and he knows that. But I told him I want to just go ahead and have both of them and get them out the way because when I'm done with this phase of raising, so like, baby phase, infant phase, taught, like once we're out of those stages, I don't want to start over. Okay. I want to be through them and done, like not revisiting. So those that have middle schoolers, high schoolers, college kids, and then you have a baby, you were strong, okay? Because starting over after already getting a child or a few children out to that point of age where they're self-sufficient and you don't have to do much to take care of them, it's like hitting the factory reset button on your phone. Like you are starting from ground zero. So I'd rather not do that. I'd rather, them grow up together. And, once they get out of the infant phase, toddler phase, and all of that, like I don't have to revisit. And I do want to say, I'm sorry if you hear any of her farts on this microphone. I hope y'all don't, but yeah, I just hope y'all don't, because child, I gotta smell it, and the least I can do is hope that you guys don't have to hear it. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this video because I know baby girl is awake. She gonna want her evening bottle before she goes to sleep for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna make this quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I wanted to talk to you all about starting rumors, y'all. We are too grown in as it is, but I just feel like messy high schooler females, if they don't get their life together, they just become messy grown as women. And that is just the that is just the truth, okay? Because some people are just so miserable with their life, or they think they're all that in a bag of chips. And it's like, you're not even the birthday, you're not even the appetizer, you're not even the snack sold at a restaurant, you're not even the water that is poured into a glass anywhere in sight. But one thing that I just cannot stand are mean girls, especially mean girls in a workplace, because they just make the workplace so hostile, right? And so if I'm going somewhere to work and earn my hard-earned money, I don't want to have to worry about you, your feelings, and how you feel towards me. I'm here to do a job, and I'm here to go home and get paid for said job. So when it gets to the point where there are females in the workplace, grown as heck, mind you, spreading not only rumors, but just so nasty and mean towards people for no reason, it really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like I said, it's just so unnecessary and so uncalled for. But really, when it comes to situations and instances like those in a workplace, or even outside of the workplace, right, depending on the situation and circumstance that you find yourself in, I really feel like, to me, mean girls and people that start rumors for no apparent reason just to spread like a bad light on somebody, that really shows me their character in and of itself. Because you may think that you throwing mud on somebody else's name, but in the same swing, you are throwing mud on your name. For sure. Because what makes you think out of your day and out of other people's busy day that you should just, I don't know, like that you should just put lies out there? And regardless if it's a half lie that you don't even know if it's the full truth or it's something that you truly believe yourself, why not address it with that person rather than spilling it to other people? Because once you put it out there, especially in a place of business, you are trying to discredit and tear somebody down, and that could really affect their business. And if I was them, I'd sue you for defamation of character, because not only are you spreading rumors, but at no point are you saying allegedly. At no point are you bringing it to me and trying to sum it up, between us, if this is something that really concerns you, with which honestly, anything that's happening in my life should not concern you. And if it does, you need to find you a new hobby, which that's what I find when mean girls and bullies, they just don't have anything else better to do. And so they focus their attention on somebody they think is better than them. And instead of trying to befriend them or not really worry about them or anything like that, you choose to try to tear them down, discredit them, and turn other people against them as well. To me, that's a bitter lifestyle, hostile lifestyle. And to me, that just means that there's something going on in your own life that you do not like about yourself, that you are trying to cascade onto somebody else. Like, there is always some truth behind a lie. There's always, as far as you lying about yourself or what you got going on. And then there's always some type of truth that's going on when you're bullying. There's some type of insecurity there, because if you were not insecure with you and yourself and the things that you do in your life, you wouldn't be worried about, the security that somebody else feels within their life. And if you see me rocking back and forth, putting little mama back to sleep, at least I think so. Okay. But yeah, I feel like there's some insecurity there for you to be so focused and so hell-bent on trying to demean this other person and discredit this other person, that you are worried about everything that they have going on, and you heard an inkling of something that you think would tear them down and you think may be true just because you don't like them, or maybe you don't even care if it's true or not. You just wanted to put it out there to paint a bad picture of them so that they can lose business, so that they can lose friends, so that people will turn on them and be with you against them. Like, I just don't, I don't understand. I don't do clicks, and I just don't do the mean girl bullying thing. It's just unnecessary. But anyway, to me, when you spread rumors, like I said, it's not only you trying to make the other person look bad, but you are 100% making yourself look bad. Like there's no other way around it. Because at the end of the day, somebody's going to say, "Oh, who did you hear that from?" And that person that you told is going to refer back to you. "Oh, yeah, I heard it from so and so." Because whoever you tell is going to try to find some type of credibility in the story that they're hearing from you that you may have heard from somebody else. And if you're the one bringing it up, it's not a pretty look. I like to be left out of drama. I don't do workplace drama. And if you do not like me, baby, you do not have to worry about me even trying to force myself to be friends with you whatsoever. Like there is space in the world for everybody for me not to have to be dead in your face 24/7 pretending that I like you. Now, I'm going to be cordial because this is a place of work, if it is a place of work. But if it's not a place of work, oh, baby, you will never see me a day in your life if I don't like you. Like any place that you are going to be, I will gladly not be there because not only do I not want to be in a hostile environment, I don't want to make the environment hostile for other people because you can feel energy in the room. You can feel tension. You know how people say, "Oh, you can cut the tension in the air with a knife." You can feel that. And I don't like feeling uneasy. And if it's somewhere that I genuinely do not have to be, I'd rather not be there. And for example, like I saw on my show where one girl invited all of the girls in the office to a Valentine's Day. And one of the girls, they have made it perfectly clear that neither one of them like each other. The one that was doing the inviting and one of the ones that received the invitation, they have made it ultimately clear that they don't like each other. So if it's not required for me to be there, why would I go? Why would I go? And then one of the new ladies in the office was like, "Oh, well, I think it's kind of mean that you're not going. She's taking the initiative to invite you." No, she is inviting everybody because if she was taking the initiative and she wanted to, hash things out or kind of reconcile whatever we have going on, she would come to me personally and, take the initiative there to initiate a conversation to kind of squash everything or leave stuff behind or agree to disagree, whatever the case may be. But when you're inviting everybody as a whole, you're just inviting the group. So I don't see that as a personal like reach out. Like to me, that's initiation. But when it's something that's done as a whole and everybody is, in attendance or invited or whatever the case may be, that's great. That's perfect. But it's not considered a personal invitation. It's not whatsoever. So one of the girls was like, well, I think it's me that you're not going. She's taking the initiative. And I agree with the girl's response where she was like, "Well, respectfully, this has nothing to do with you. And this is something that is none of your business because it happened before you even joined the group." She completely shut her down. Oh, okay. I can't even use my own hand because she has it. But she completely shut a girl down. And I agree with her. Like, how are you going to tell me how to respond to somebody's invitation when clearly I do not like her and she does not like me? Why would I go? And she did say, "I do not want to bring the hostility and the negative energy around a day full of females that are it's supposed to be a day of love and it's supposed to be a day of kindness and caring and getting along. Why would I bring my energy there when she has not talked to me thus far? I would not want to talk to her, and I'm not changing it just because of one event that she's throwing and inviting everybody and then some. So I don't see it as a personal gesture, and I don't see it as a personal jab of her declining the invitation or saying that she's not going to be there. But I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Are y'all going to a party that somebody that you don't like invited you to? Or are you declining the invitation respectfully? Like I would do it respectfully. Like, "Oh, thank you for inviting me, but I'm not going." This is a different caliber of women that are working together. So I don't know. Like I said, you guys let me know what you all think. But the rumors thing is just so detrimental to not the person's character that you are trying to destroy, but your character as well. Because if you would just leave well enough alone, you will be well off as well. But yes, she is getting fussy. So I'm going to go ahead and get her fed and put back down. But yeah, you guys, let me know in the comments what you all think, what you want to hear next on this platform, and I will definitely deliver. But yeah, you guys, I love you all and see you in next week's episode. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Pretty Confident Podcast. Remember, confidence isn't about perfection, it's about embracing who you truly are. So until next time, stay bold, stay authentic, and stay pretty confident. Peace out.